Tonight, even more Q posts where Q clarifies exactly who we can trust and lets us know the FBI raid will be met with swift action. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another episode of Just Informed Talk. For those of you who don't know, I always start by thanking each and every one of my subscribers. Without you guys, obviously, this channel would not be possible, so thank you. And if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please come to this landing page and click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way, you'll be notified as soon as these videos get posted. Now, getting right into the Q posts. First, I want to thank everybody who's been watching my last video and commenting. I've been spending time up going through the comments here, and they're really awesome. Here's another post for you guys. I know a lot of you guys want me to get some rest because I've told you I'm not feeling that great, but I don't rest unless I know that I've covered and done my job. So I'm going to finish this up tonight and get these last few posts up here for you guys. We're going to go through this pretty quick. This is going to be probably one of my shorter videos here because I don't intend on taking a lot of time to go through each and every explanation. Although we will, a lot of it's pretty much self-explanatory, so we'll just go through it real quick. First, Q posts, clarify, Zhongxing. Tuesday, demand, Xi, confirm tariff reduction. Tuesday, China, cars, article provides foundation, major import, Ford, U.S. start. Q. Now, what Q is referencing is the video or the article that we went over in the previous video, talking about how China is embracing the foreign cars, and this is from about 4 years ago, almost exactly to the day. And this article actually goes on to talk about how Ford has had plants in China and they've been working in China to get their cars there, and that there's a demand in China for foreign vehicles, namely American vehicles, because they have great design. The design is admired in China, and also they have great safety records, which the Chinese like. And we've had this huge gap where you have a 25% tariff on any cars being imported into China from the United States, that Xi has just come out publicly and said that he would like to remove. Now, that is what we're talking about right now. But what Q is basically saying here is he's confirming exactly what basically I report. If you want to go watch my last video, we go through this here in the QAnon Q response to my post on AN0N. And what we talk about is how the manufacturing base in China is going to be opened up for imports there, and the trade tariff is going to be reduced, and it's going to actually make it more viable for U.S. companies to sell vehicles in that country. And if you think about it, China is one of the biggest markets in the world, if not the largest consumer market by volume, besides maybe the U.S. But they have an incredible market that we should be able to tap. Now, I'm not saying we should make them our best friends, because they have committed a lot of crimes such as intellectual property theft and other things that we should be certainly skeptical of. But wouldn't it be interesting to see us actually selling more products to China? That way it's a fair exchange. We can take down that trade deficit without having to actually just impose huge tariffs on China or restrict trade between our two countries. Because no matter what anybody wants to say, we've become incredibly dependent on China. A lot of people, a good joke I've heard, right, is that, you go to Walmart, and I think every town in America, every larger town, semi-large town in America has a Walmart. And if you could basically just call it China Mart, because my guess is around 90% of the stuff that's in the store is made in China. And, that's definitely a con in the column of benefiting the American economy, because we want to embrace our industrial or producing or industrial complex of manufacturing base, I should say. Excuse me, it's been a long night. But the manufacturing base has been deteriorated in our country, and this is obviously Q saying that we're going to focus more on exporting goods and less on importing goods, because we don't want to siphon our entire country's wealth off practically overnight. So, obviously you guys will be able to be the judge of that. Now, the next post says, actions today, raid will be met with swift action. FBI burning midnight oil Q. So my thought was, if the FBI is going to be burning the midnight oil, then I will be here burning the midnight oil just as well. And this is important because what we're talking about here is what has happened to Michael Cohen, who is Trump's lawyer. Now, I wanted to point out something that I thought was really interesting, okay? So we all know about the fire at Trump Tower. So we all know the story. There was a fire in an apartment at Trump Tower.
The usual happens.
And this person, excuse me, that was a video commercial. I can't control that. But it says this person apparently knew Andy Warhol. He was an art dealer. His name was Todd Brassner, and he died. And, you know, we pray for him and all that. But this is the important part here is to look at what we're getting at with the Trump Tower. Now, Q suggests beforehand that the fire was a distraction so that they could break in. And I'm not sure exactly where they broke in yet, but I can tell you there's many offices in other parts of that building, and there's a lot of apartments. And this person who Q points to in one of the previous posts, this one right here where he says read carefully, and then he puts Cohen in parentheses, and it goes to this New York Times article where one of the guys here actually talks about how he says Dennis Shields, he says you could smell the smoke and you could hear things like falling through vents. So was that people entering the building through the vents that he was hearing? And he said it just smelled like sulfur. And he said there were no orders to evacuate, but he received a text message from Mr. Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen. Now, again, I point out that this article was written a couple days ago, so well before the FBI raids took place. And he says he received a message from Michael Cohen, and Mr. Shields, who said he grew up with Mr. Cohen, continued. He said, "Are you in the building?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You better get out ASAP." That's how I knew to get out. Otherwise, I'd still be in there. So that is definitely pointing us in this direction to kind of re-examine what's happening here with the FBI bank fraud, campaign finance violations that are being investigated with the Cohen raids that have just taken place. Now, my question is, were any of these raids at offices in Trump Tower? And if so, would that be a direct correlation between the fact that there was maybe evidence planted in the offices somewhere? Certainly something that we need to look at even further. Now, I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. Please let me know in the comments what you think, and I can't wait to go through those with you guys. But it's been a long night, so I'm just going to get through this really quick, and we'll have a more extensive coverage on this probably tomorrow at some point. So, trust Sessions, Q says. Trust Wray. Trust Kansas, which is Pompeo. Trust Horowitz. Trust Huber, Q. So I even asked this on the board. I mean, I was one of many, but, you know, can we still trust Sessions? Can we still trust all these people? And because, I mean, you look at the article that's coming out, you know, we have Trump venting against Attorney General saying he wish he would have known that he would never take the job. Now, is this all kabuki, political theater? Quite possibly, and it would be very ingenious because it's even throwing people like me off who are pretty much devoted to following this every day, and it still throws me for a loop when Trump does that. But I guess we have to trust the plan and trust these individuals and hope that they are working for the betterment of our country and not the detriment. So, but I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this because from now on, no matter what I see in the news, I'm going to pretty much just trust Sessions, trust Wray, trust Pompeo, trust Horowitz, and trust Huber. Now, not blindly. I'm going to examine their actions and make decisions based on what they do. But I can tell you right now that it is not going to be hard for me to believe what they say, given Q's endorsement here on the board. So, that's going to be it for this episode. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here. Thank you to each one of the subscribers. If you're looking for a way to contribute and help out, please come here. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That's the easiest and best way you can help out. It's free, and it helps me out big time if you come here and hit that button. Now, another way is we have our own QAnon research boards at the bottom of each one of these videos in the comment section. So go down and comment. I want your thoughts, opinions, insights, blessings, prayers, just general thoughts. Whatever you want to contribute, go down there and contribute. And if you can't comment, please just go down there and read through the comments, because I like to say this, I guarantee you're going to learn something you didn't know coming into this video. So that's the beauty of these boards. We have such an amazing group of people down there commenting, and I trust that they all have my back. And thank you so much to each and every one of you who have hit the subscribe button, who have been here from since a while ago. And thank you to everybody who's coming here newly. Now, last, if you want to contribute, please come here to the Patreon page. It's patreon.com. You can search Just Informed Talk. When you come to this landing page, make sure you hit the red button to become a patron. You can come check out my rewards and my goal. I need all the help I can get. As of right now, I think there's a couple t-shirts left, and there's only 10 of these limited edition official Just Informed t-shirts, or Just Informed Talk t-shirts, that say "Is Trump QAnon" on the back and Just Informed Talk on the front. So please get involved if you would like to donate to the channel and get a cool prize in return. So that's definitely something you can come check out, and thank you in advance to everybody who comes and checks this out. Now, we're going to leave off where I like to leave off, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet this time, because I need to get some rest, and I am still not feeling that great, but I'm here working for you guys full-time all the time. Now, we're going to read out of Romans chapter 16, verse 25, and it's going to be pretty quick. Now to him who has power to strengthen you according to my gospel and the proclamation of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the sacred secret kept silent for long ages, but now revealed and made known through the prophetic scriptures, according to the command of the eternal God, to advance the obedience of faith among all nations, to the only wise God through Jesus Christ, to him be glory forever. Amen. So that's just a simple prayer to God to let him know that we know that he's first, and he is our strength, and he is who we seek in these times of trouble or tribulation. So please, everybody, look to the Lord, open your heart to the Lord, and become one with him. All it takes is a prayer. All you got to do is say one prayer or a few prayers a day whenever you're in trouble, whenever you're happy, whenever you're sad, whenever you need that boost from God, and make that relationship open and embrace it every single day. But that's going to be it for me. I'm going to sign off and get some sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I want to say thank you for watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please come here and hit the big red subscribe button. That helps out the channel a lot. But that's going to be it. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Godspeed, and God bless, Patriots.